Hello art lovers. Today we will be painting a rainy season from Charminar, Hyderabad. Charminar is located in the old city of Hyderabad and it's a historical monument as you would know, and it has a really amazing old city charm with a lot of narrow passages and it's a quite unique setting. So I have chosen this particular image and I have already sketched it. So while sketching I have taken one point perspective, so it feels as if everything is coming from one single point and then diverging out. So the road, if you see, is coming in one direction, and the buildings also are falling in the same direction, like the same perspective lines. And you have the Charminar, which is at the backdrop over here. So for this painting I will be using my White Knights pocket friendly, pocket size watercolor cakes. So this is used basically for the plein air painting, but today I will be using this for my session here. Now I am mixing some ultramarine blue and some raw umber. I have to mix some more color here, so I'm mixing some more blue, some raw umber and some burnt sienna, so together three colors. So I will end up with a very dark and very grayish kind of this color. Let's add a little bit of yellow ochre also, because yellow ochre has some whitish tinge to it, so let's add that. So we will get started with the painting. First let's mix the color, yeah, and so we will get started by, I will just put in this color, and I will just let it come down. So first and foremost I'm putting a very dark grayish kind of color, and then I'm letting it come down. So let it flow. Let it flow, and then while we are going down I'll mix more yellow ochre to the same color and more yellow ochre and little bit of burnt sienna to the same color and make it little more warmer, and then I will come down, but I will leave these places as it is, like just come down like that. If you see over here there is a tree, so I will come down like that. I am currently leaving this space, but we will come and we will do that space as well. And then take some dark colors here. Just we will try to leave the head and the torso portion of the human figures here. We will go down, leave the umbrella over here. Why? Because the umbrella is in light color, and we will go down. Meantime what we will do is we'll add in some more colors and we'll go down. So because this is a market, they are selling cloth items and other stuff, but primarily it will be in gray color, so do not worry, just go down. And so basically the torso portion will be left behind, the pant portion like the below portion, you can still color it in the same color and pull it down. So here the same thing, what we will do is we will come down on the other side over here. We have to work on this building later on. So first what we will do is take some yellow ochre and burnt umber and then just put the yellow over here and then just bring it down and try to leave the umbrella portion as it is and try to leave the torso of human figures. Now there is a cart over here, leave that cart, mix some red because there are some red tinge over here. So just drop in some different colors, some strong colors here, and just pull it down. So there is a cart which has a nice yellow feel to it, so I am leaving that, and then I'm pulling it down. Okay, pull it down. Here this person is having a dark kind of hoodie, so that will also get covered. Now these two people are walking. Now see, this portion is relatively dry and it has already soaked up the water. So what I am doing is I am rubbing my brush against it and then pulling it like that. Now be a little generous with water here and we'll let it come down. So one thing that I have missed here is this Charminar building. So what we will do is basically we will go and do that also, but before that we'll take a spray bottle and we will spray and bring the color down because it's rainy season and it is casting reflection. So you can do like that, or you can take a damp brush and just pull it like that and give a sense of perspective by using the perspective lines. So here also we have like that, and like that. This portion is a little darker, so use the dark colors here. Let it come down. Don't worry about this, there is a clear demarcation between this and that, so don't worry about that we will fix it. So whatever is under your control, just do it. So I have made these perspective lines, and then using the same damp brush, just take out the color, like lift some color and let this thing dry. Now for the Charminar, the main building Charminar, I am taking some yellow ochre and some raw umber. I am mixing it together. I am taking some yellow ochre, I think some Payne's gray also came along with it. So take some lighter color. So now we'll start from the top here like that, like that. So it starts to be a little darker on the top, and then it goes down like that, like it will come down slowly, it will become a little lighter. So whenever we are making some architecture, right, which is far from us, then it is always better to mix in a few colors. Don't just take one color from start till bottom. So try to mix in some colors, because that will give in a sense of character and body to the monument. So now we will drag it down. So you see it looks very dark, right? So just add some water and just drag it down. Drag it down. No need to worry, because in the rainy season, maximum, what happens is when it rains very very heavily, it automatically, the color of everything becomes very dark. So no need to worry. So what I am doing is, in between I am adding some red color also, just to give it a character, as I told. And just make sure that the we are leaving the area white for the umbrella and stuff. Okay, so at certain places I am adding a little blue, at certain places I am adding a little brown. So just like that. So now, so while we are coming down, right, we are coming down, so there are multiple levels here, 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 then here. So then wherever you want it to be a little lighter, just give some water, so automatically that portion will become lighter, because the water will let it come down. Okay, now see, this thing will go like that and like that. It has to be a little straighter, right? So yes, over here like that, and here like that. Yeah, looks good to me. Now we have to do the similar treatment over here as well. So now this color, we have to blend it to the road color, because it's raining, right? So this will cast the shadow. So we will take some red color, some yellow color, and then through the people and everything, this will cast the shadow. Okay, and then just take this, wet it and pull it. This color has to come all the way over here. So rest, what happens is, this particular color of the Charminar will be now overshadowed with people. So the people will now cast shadows. So don't worry about the color of Charminar too much, because it will be visible little bit. Mostly the reflection of the people will come. Now we will take the same colors for this building, and we will do it very very uh, you know fast and vaguely, so we will not try to put in a lot of details. So it starts from here like that and goes down. So here there are a few you know doors kind of thing. And what we will do is basically we'll leave this portion and we will now take this portion, we'll make this portion a little darker because of this, because of these shadows. So so here you have a minaret over here, then you have a pillar kind of thing, and then just drag it. Okay, so so basically yeah, and then we'll just let it come down like that, and we have to take some blue color and create a few shops and temporary settlement here and there. Somewhere we will put some red color. So just basically we are trying to create some chaos, but everything should be in, try to keep everything in a perspective. Okay, so like it's going in that direction, right? So like that. Okay, and then some dark over here. We have some darks, and then dry brush strokes, and then what we will do is we will put this color like that. So basically make the floor, and we will paint this yellow and let it fall down. Yeah. What more we want over here is a little color over here, and dark kind of red color on this banner, and yellow color on the bottom. Yeah. So now you would be thinking, what am I making? So it might not be clear, but you just keep watching what I'm doing, because here there is a lot of clutter. So what I'm trying to do is basically simplify, and I have kept something very very subtle. Now once the human figures come in, what happens is the entire focus will be taken by the human figures, and this thing will take a back seat. So I am least bothered about that right now. Understood? So let's go and dry this thing, and we'll come back and paint this and go to the next stage. Thank you. So we are back after this has almost dried, And now we will do the second stage. So we will fill in the colors over here. We'll try to leave some highlights. Then we will try to make the trees which will give this thing pop out, because that will become the background, because the trees will be very very dark. Here also little trees will come, mostly in dry brush strokes. And then we will try to give a sense of direction using the perspective line. So, and then we will start working on the human figures. So let's get started. So first thing first, let's start with the uh, trees at the back. So for that I will take some Payne's gray, which is nice dark color, and then mix Payne's gray with raw umber. So Payne's gray has little bit of blue and raw umber has little bit of yellow, so it forms a good nice dark color. But one thing you have to notice that there are different types of trees. Some trees are little far, some trees are little less far. So we will try to use the same color, but just add in a little blue for the trees which are little far, so that becomes a little more uh, cooler. And then, so I am making this tree. So basically I don't have to make a tree, I have to just make a patch of color. Why? Because whatever is at a distance will not be visible properly. So just try to make a patch of green, and try to make make it such that the pillar of this thing gets defined. And then, so there is a kind of beam which will come over here, so like that. And try to leave in some air pockets if you want to. Then when it comes closer, like this is a tree which is little far now, the the moment it comes closer you will be able to see details. So you can go and give in some details, some dry brush strokes like this. Okay. And is that will give a suggestion of some tree. Okay. And then uh, over here we will be having a little more darker tree. So the farther tree what I have, I will make it a little lighter by taking away a few color, and then just giving it some texture like that. Same approach I will use over here. So there will be, I'll make some tree at distance here, and then I can see a few minarets over here, so which will be done in shades of brown, so like that. And so try to keep it a little lighter, not very very dark. So first I made, and then what I will do is I will put water and reduce it. Okay. And then there are some banners and stuff like that over here. And then you have trees over here, like that. And then you have trees here. Trees like that. Okay. So just leave it in similar fashion. Now under this thing also we have, in the distance we have another compound which is basically another gate of Charminar. So just make that. Just paint around these two people. So the background has to be somewhat darker. We will put in some people, random figures over here in the background. So this should look like it's coming out for that. Now we have made these trees. This tree is yet to be done. So for that again I'll take Payne's grey and a little bit of sepia color, and with a dry brush stroke just try to give an impression of some tree. If you try to make each and every leaves and each and every uh, you know each and every twig of the trees, it becomes very boring. Why? Because there is nothing to comprehend. You have made everything, so the brain will basically not feel excited enough, okay, to comprehend or to try to uh, try to decipher something. So like that, try to make this junction a bit darker, this portion. Little more dark. Okay. Why? Because this will give this portion a pop. Okay, done. So we are done with this portion. We are done with this portion also, and the trees and stuff like that. So now we will go to these masks, which are basically either bright red color or multicolor. So multicolor ones, so try to put red wherever it is, then you go to the multicolor ones. Then after red you have yellow over here, you have yellow here on this side, then you have some yellow over here. Try to put in some other color to break the monotony also sometimes, like blue color. Like this is not falling in the color theme, so the blue you have to mix it with a little bit of gray. That also sometimes we have to do, because everything is very dark, right? So like this portion is dark. The cloths which are inside the shop are also very dark because they are inside, right? So somewhere you have some bright things, but mostly they are very dark. Okay, and then the again the red color, just let it flow. Okay, I'm leaving a little bit of white over there because that would give that would actually make it look little better, just like a highlight. So this is an umbrella, so I don't want to paint that. So, okay, and just mix some blue with sepia and a little bit of crimson together. You make some black color and then just just randomly scrape it through that. Now you start making the humans. So basically you start making the human figures. So start with the head, then the torso, and then you're making the pant. And just textures like that. So here we have one human being, and he is going with along with his friend in one umbrella. So he has dark color pants. The same is with his friend, he also wears dark color pants. And basically the shirt that they are wearing is a kind of grayish color, so yellow and gray mixed together. So it's like this. There, what I will do is I will give some. So for the shirts and everything, if you want to use white also, that's okay, because many times it is not possible to do without white for the human figures. So white just gives it a little bit of creamy texture, so that would make it look even better. Now this umbrella will have various shades of blue. So this is one shade. Then you have the shade. Yeah. So this is the right time to introduce some white color. So they are going together under one umbrella. So the umbrella here. So let me grab the white and then we will work on this. Yeah. So the white straight from the tube. Why do we use white is because it is difficult to make the shirts and the creases of shirts and everything in watercolor. You can do it, but that will kill the time. So and then this line, yeah. Done. Then we move to the other humans. So I will keep this white over here and mix it with a little bit of Payne's gray and a little bit of yellow ochre here. Yellow ochre over here. Yeah, so we'll go with this lady now. So this lady wears a salwar, and what happens is I've already given it a tinge of color. So this one. So best part of this watercolor is it is mostly creamy consistency, so that adds to, I can just pick up color like that and then paint it. Now we'll take a little bit of blue color for this person and make it little bluish, okay, here, and let the so I will add in a little bit of white on this portion on this side. It's holding this umbrella. We'll take some red, put it on his face like that, and mix some dark colors and put it on the top to form hair. Then he's holding the umbrella like that, and then one full leg over here like that, and one half, just a suggestion of the leg, so that is enough to depict that they are walking. Fine. And then this person's hand is over here, so which again will be in red color. This lady's hand is also over here, so this lady, yeah, we'll have some more white, and we'll put it like that. So let's put a bag or something here. Yeah. Now this umbrella cannot be super white, so it will come, but the background will be very, very dark, so that these two people will pop out. Okay, like that. Right. And now what I will do is I will put in some water over here, and then put this color here. See, right. And mix it with the color of the ground and pull it. So this forms the rainy season's reflection for the person. Now let's go to the person who is adjacent to them. So basically he is folding his hand backwards like that, and he has a pant, he is wearing a pant like that. So what we will do is just take out some color from here like that, and we will give it a tinge of white. We'll give it a tinge of white like that. Yeah. Here also. Okay, and then pull it. So now this hoodie man is walking, and his legs are showing like that, and his other leg is quite dark and it's going like that. But now this person is casting a reflection like that, and I will just spray in and take it down. So these two are more or less done. Then we have a dog, then we have other people. So let's finish the people first. So this guy is wearing a red shirt. Let's make him wear a kind of crimson red shirt. He's walking towards us. He's wearing a white pant. Okay, so what we'll do is See what I did? I just made him into a nice reflection. So I just gave him a nice little reflection. Okay. Okay. So you have to be a little, innovative. So just put a cap or something. He's walking towards us. Now we have other colors, so we can make people in different colors. So basically this person is standing and his hand is there. Just a suggestion. And similarly this person is also going to cast a shadow like that. So another thing is, you have this line, right? So we have to just make sure this is perfect. Okay, because this will give the sense of perspective. So this has to be like, this has to come out nicely. So there is this paveway, and then you have this gadi, this street hawkers, street hawkers shop over here. So you have this thing, and then you have this thing, and then you have like, it's wrapped, and just try to give the suggestion and try to make it don't make it realistic, just you have to make it lively. That is very important. So you don't have to make it realistic. Now little dark here, so let's make the chakka first, what's it called, the wheels first, and then okay. Fine. So I'll take a break and then return back and complete this. Just finish this portion. Yeah. So friends, let's finish the painting now. So we are left with a few human figures, this particular dog over here, and a few suggestions of doors and windows on the Charminar and on this building. So let's get started. So I am mixing Payne's grey with a little bit of blue color and a little bit of burnt sienna color. So, and for little warmth we can add a little red also. So basically I'm getting a very dark brown kind of color, and that we will be using for the human figures who are wearing who are basically wearing raincoats, and they are going in the rain, so like that. Then there is a lady out here who is wearing a burqa, so she is completely in a burqa here, like that. And then we'll have take some white and blue color, mix it with little paints gray, so we have a grayish white. So this person, okay, and over here we'll have suggestion like that. Now this person has a hooded jacket like that, and this person also has a raincoat hood like that. So both of them will have a head, a hooded jacket over there like that, and some shadow over here. So here I am taking a more concentrated concentrated Payne's gray, and it is giving a suggestion of people walking. Now let's take some different color, maybe a little brown color, and do the same thing. So there is a person who is standing here, and standing like that. Now what we have to do is basically wet the surface over here on this portion, and then we have to make the reflection. I have to make the reflection here. I have to merge it like that. Like this. Even this person. We'll draw the dog in a while, and then this burqa clad woman, so she will also cast her reflection like this. So what I am trying to do is basically, if you see, I am slowly making the human figures and trying to convey a lot of meaning here, so that this building and this building, because they are not made very specifically, also will not feel the need of it. Okay, so the human figure should be also in a very suggestive manner. If we start making the human figures very detailed, again that will not look good, because here everybody is in motion. It should feel as if the time is frozen, and we are just taking a snapshot of people and everything is frozen in that time frame. Okay, so for that it is good that we have a suggestion, not an exact replica of somebody doing something. So that is very important. Now let's darken this area, the area which is under the umbrella, because under the umbrella it's basically dark and people are using some plastic sheets kind of thing. Okay, here also we will use dark colors to highlight this um, umbrella, and see like this. Just have the suggestion lines, have the perspective lines like that. Let it go over this person, that's okay, not a problem. It should give a sense of direction to us. Okay, now we will do this dog. So let's add some raw umber and some sepia color together, and basically I see that the dog has a more yellowish brown kind of color, so I will first coat it with the yellowish color, and then take a little bit of red, mix it with this color, and then we'll make the dog in this color. Okay. That. Okay, so we'll take some dark colors here, and then we'll take some dark colors and put it in the right areas, in the right place, and then like others we'll just drag this color and put some water, and slowly we'll merge it, because we need to have a nice reflection over here also. So why you will be seeing here that all the reflection are a little darker, because the floor itself is made up of stones, so the shadow will become a little darker when they fall on it. So now let's mix a little bit of red, like crimson color, with the dark sepia tone that we had, and then we will make the pavement, like the markings on the road. So if you see, yeah, like that, we'll have the pavement like that, we'll have it like that, and so these lines are very important. I have been telling this again and again. So let's take some red color. So basically this is diverging out like that. And take some white color, because these are the perspective lines. We have to be very straight and very symmetric. We try to make it as symmetric and proper as possible. Then we'll make this lines using white color. So basically we are trying to make the lines, because these lines will these are the lines of the stone gaps, and in in the rainy season what happens is these lines actually they will get highlighted. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's take some dark colors as well, and what we'll do is, this is dry brushing, dry brush stroke I'm putting. So we will have the reflection of this giant monument out here, like that. So it will be a little on the darker side, this portion, this thing. Now we are left with the dry brushing on the windows and other uh, architectural uh, places. So we are basically doing the dry brushing. So I am taking very little water and more pigment, and I am brushing, as you can see, I am brushing my brush on the surface of the paper, and I am trying to impart the impression of the windows and the doors, everything. So I am basically just rubbing my brush against the paper. See, it is taking some excessive brushwork here. Like I have to rub it for for the color to be applied, because the amount of water here is very less. But that is needed because we need the suggestion lines. We don't need anything to be crisp and precise lines. We don't want. Okay, now on the top we would go like that, and we'll just make the minaret like that. Okay, well, that's it. And okay, so basically we are doing the suggestion lines. We are not doing anything concrete, because we want things to be very suggestive. Okay, Now we will work on the main Charminar here. So again the same thing, I'm using the dry brush strokes, and what I am doing is I'm trying to be very suggestive. I'm not trying to make anything um, in a very detailed manner. Okay. Now here I will not be able to do a lot of talking because of the little small little details that I put. Yeah. So this connection is important. Then I will make the three doorways here, a wall clock over here, and then three doorways on the other side, like this. Everything is being done in dry brush strokes. Okay. Then we are left with these small little things over here. And then so basically I have to give an impression. I am putting the things and then rubbing it, so I don't want this to be very very precise. So I want the mind to comprehend and decipher what is there and what is not there. So on a few places I will be putting, on a few places I will not be putting the details. Now this dark color will come over here. It should be a little more darker. So it is very dark over here, it will come, and over here it will come. Along with it, some dark brown will also come over here and over here like that. So yeah, and then so we need a little dark on this portion. So the background of this thing is also a minaret, this one, pitching. And we have a minaret here also. So give the suggestion, it will come here. Okay, like that. So I think excuse me, the feel of the Charminar is there. Now we are left with just coloring these two umbrellas, one umbrella here, one umbrella there. So like that, yeah, and then some green color, okay, some yellow color, and then some here. So basically making an umbrella and then making this portion a little darker because there are shops over here. Not able to make anything out of it. So on these places also we can add in a few more human characters. On this side, currently just add in some dark and just leave it. Then we will add some human characters. We'll let this thing dry, and then before we go and finish the thing by adding 2 or 3 human figures out here, just make some lamp posts here. Okay. Now for the last bit of it, what I will do is I will take a brush, a used brush, and I will splatter some color on the background. That is basically to give an effect of rain. And basically in rain what happens is uh, it is not clearly visible. Now if you see this scene, the Charminar is very clearly visible. And so what we will do is we will add in some element of fuzziness. I mean, we will make it a little more, you know, flat. We'll make it a little more misty, and for that, what I have done is I have sprayed white. I have avoided the human figures here, which are taking the, which are in the, which are like the main crux of it. And then I have sprayed some white, and now I will spray some water on it, on the uh, on this portion. So I'll just spray it from atop. So basically just let the white color diffuse a little bit. Yeah, and let this thing dry. So let me show you how it looks after drying. If you want, you can add in more white, because right now by adding white you can see the, over here and over here, it feels as if it's raining, and it has a lot of moisture, and the atmosphere is full of moisture. So guys, I think you understood how we did this painting, and you learned something from me. So kindly give a thumbs up, and please send in your uh, lovely comments also. I like to see the comments, and it gives me an emotional connect to it. So thanks for the patience, and thanks for being with me. Let's learn together in the next video. Stay tuned. Bye bye.